Centers are opening up across North Texas for flood and tornado victims to get help from the federal government. One FEMA center opened up in Sanger, just north of Denton, where Denton County residents saw damaging flash flooding back in early May. And there is a key deadline ahead for those needing financial help. Fox 4's Deanna Zoga in Sanger with more on that. Deanna.
Hey there, Rich. You know, now that it's been hot and dry, I think it's easy to lose sight of just how big of an impact those storms had. But between the tornadoes and the flooding that you mentioned, FEMA says they want to get with folks who had damage in those counties that fall under a federal disaster declaration. They want to get with them by a key deadline, July 28th, in about 3 weeks.
Big trees blown over.
It was a spring Jim Brown can't forget. Between flooding rains and a small tornado hitting his ranch in May,
We're just making do.
the cleanup is constant.
We had damage to 9 different buildings, and in addition took the roof off of part of our house and 100 and some trees down. So it's been kind of a challenge.
We met Brown working on his property west of Sanger. He tells us he had no idea Denton County was added to a federal disaster declaration, which includes most North Texas counties.
This is outreach which FEMA does to try to get the word to as many people as we can in these counties affected and declared for disaster.
After the wettest May on record, FEMA is setting up temporary centers to register people impacted by the storms and answer questions from homeowners and renters who may have been turned down for a grant but could get a low-interest loan from the SBA.
A lot of people don't realize that. They think SBA, Small Business Administration, means that their loans are just for businesses, but that's not the case. So it may be often a combination of a FEMA grant and a low-interest SBA loan that can get people back on their feet, especially if they don't have insurance or they're underinsured.
And Brown now wonders if that includes him.
I'm grateful that you stopped by and brought that to our attention, and I will evaluate it thoroughly, perhaps even tomorrow.
I think a lot of people are in Mr. Brown's position right now. In all, 36 counties in Texas can apply for that FEMA help. FEMA so far has approved over $35 million for assistance. And Rich, you mentioned those mobile centers. They're popping up all over North Texas. We have a list of the times and locations on our website, fox4news.com. Back to you.
Thanks, Deanna.